Robert Kiyosaki is the author of more than 25 books, best known for his Rich Dad Poor Dad series that have sold over 41 million copies worldwide. He went from being a school dropout, helicopter pilot in the Vietnam War, and broke businessman to becoming a multi-millionaire investor and author. And today, we're going to learn his best advice for how you can get rich. Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time!
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and every morning I give you a shot of Entspresso to help you believe in yourself and start your day with confidence. So good morning, I believe in you, and let's do this. Over to you, Robert Kiyosaki.
I think most of your viewers out there is sitting inside their head are the words from their mother and father. Go to school, get a job, pay taxes, save money, buy a house because it's an asset, get out of debt, and invest in the stock market. That creates poor people. It's a hypnosis train going through your brain. So when people say, how do I change my life? Well, you change those words. I wouldn't go to school because you learn nothing about money in school. I wouldn't get a job because if I have a job, I'm an employee. And then I'd pay taxes, and I don't pay taxes. And I don't save money. And I use debt to get rich. And I don't invest in the stock market. That's why I'm rich. And so the young people who are listening right now are saying, but that's what my mom and dad said. But that's what mom and dad say all over the world. So to the young people, I just say challenge or question what you've been taught. Because from the Bible, I'm not religious, the word becomes flesh. So if you say, go to school, and you say, but I learned nothing about money. Get a job, you become an employee. If you're an employee, you work for money, I pay taxes. Then they tell you to save money. Why would you save money when the government's printing money? You know? And get out of debt. Well, debt is money. I use debt to get rich. Most people use debt to get poor and invest in the stock market. I don't invest in the stock market. So when you wonder why so many people struggle financially, is they haven't challenged the hypnosis, the words, go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, pay taxes. Until you question those hypnotic trances, you don't change.
You will never achieve your goals by listening to people who haven't done it for themselves. That sounds pretty common sense, but it's actually what most people do. Chances are you're the most ambitious person that you know. You've got the biggest dreams of the people that you hang around with. And if you keep listening to the people who are too afraid to chase down their dreams, you're going to become one of them. So one of my favorite things to do is I love learning different things from different people. There is no one person who can teach you how to be you, but you can pull different things from different people to learn how to be the best version of you. That's your entire goals. How do I become me? How do I become the best Evan Carmichael? How do you become the best you? And that comes from pulling and learning from different people, different things. Look at the people behind me on my wall. Everybody's here because of a different story. And in the middle is me and my parents. I'm 8 or 9 years old in this picture. My parents are above me. And I have this on my wall because my parents taught me to believe in myself. They taught me that I'm Evan Carmichael. I could do anything that I believe that I can. And my aspirations, my dream, what I love to do is people to learn how to be a father like my father was to me. So I've got a son. I want to be a great father to him like my father was to me. I've also got Steve Jobs up on my wall right here, right? And I love having Steve Jobs on my wall because I want to learn how to be a visionary like Steve Jobs. I'm working like this every day. My computer's here, and I got Steve Jobs staring me down, right? Every day when I walk in and start working, he's staring me down because I want to be thinking bigger. I want to be having a big vision, big dream, big goals like Steve Jobs was. I don't want to be a visionary like my father because he isn't one. And I don't want to be a father like Steve Jobs because he wasn't a very good one. But I want to be the best Evan Carmichael by taking something from Steve Jobs and something from my dad and something from Kanye on the Fall World Day and something from A.P. Giannini, right? Something from Howard Schultz. I want to pull different things from different people to help me become the best me. And the mistake that we make is we keep listening to people who haven't done the thing that we want to do and trusting their judgment. I don't want to take parenting advice from Steve Jobs. And I'm not going to take vision building advice from my father, right? With total respect. There are things that you love about your friends. There's things that you can learn from them and you want to be around them and that can make you better. Amazing. But if you're sharing your dreams and they haven't done anything big and they don't have aspirations and they don't want to go off and accomplish anything huge themselves and they're too afraid to chase down their ideas, those aren't the people who you need to be listening to for advice. You need to surround yourself with people who will push you, who you aspire to be like, and who you want to learn something from. Okay, so how do you do it? How do you find the people? How do you know who to model? How do you model their actual success? I'm gonna share a 3-step process that I think will help. But before that, if you wanna learn how to have more motivation and self-love, I've got new 254 series where every day for 254 days, I send you an unlisted, inspiring video to help you build your confidence and self-love. The links to join are in the description below.
You know, I don't cheat on my wife. I don't cheat on my customers. I don't cheat people. I don't cut corners. If I can't do something, I'll tell you up front. If I screw up, I'll tell you. Kind of dump on, fast food industry. If I had to do it again, I'd go work for McDonald's.
Okay, so how do we do it? How do we find our mentors, our role models? How do we model them and apply it to our lives? Here is my 3-step process. Step number 1 is understand, what do you want out of life? What does a perfect life look like for you? Who are you? What are your habits? What is the life around you? Your family, your health, your well-being, your business, you're speaking on stage, writing books, building up an army of people underneath you. Like, what does your ideal life look like for you in all aspects of your life? So really start to think and spend the next couple of minutes actually just writing it down. The best value you can get from this is pausing a video and actually just writing those things down. In your life, in your business, right? What does your ideal life look like for you? Step number 2 is understand who's done it. So you want to be a visionary? Amazing. Who's done it? Maybe Steve Jobs has. You want to learn about real estate and investing? Who's done it? Maybe Robert Kiyosaki has done it, right? Who's been a great father or husband or wife or mother? Who's done it in your life? Who can you go and model and learn from and then write their name down? And this is the idea of all these different areas of your life. You find the top performers, you find the high achievers, the people who you want to emulate their success, and then go study them. So step number 3 leads us to, how can you be around them daily? This is a huge mistake that a lot of people make, is that you want something more out of life. You know you want to be more XYZ. You want more belief, more confidence, more leadership skills, more love in your life, right? And you will, on a one-off, watch a video like this and learn something. Maybe get inspired. Say, I'm going to go take some massive action. Awesome. And then tomorrow you fall back to where you were. If you want to model success and have these people actually pull you up and guide you to be better, stronger, a more fantastic, extraordinary, outrageous version of you, you need to be around them daily. Every single day. I made my channels for myself because I need it daily, because I start my day and I have videos on that I'm being pulled up, that I've got Steve Jobs in my ear and Kanye and my parents and Howard Schultz in my ear. I'm watching their videos. Well, not my parents, but I'm watching people's videos, and it's making me believe in myself more. A one-off isn't enough. You've all faced these moments of this one-off inspiration, and it's amazing for the day, but then it quickly wears off. You need it every single day. You need to be around that person, even if it's just through a book or a video or a podcast, every single day. If you watch my videos every single day, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna believe in yourself more. It's just gonna happen. You won't notice it on a day-to-day basis, but if you watched a video from my channel, any of them, every day for 30 days, you start looking back on who you were a month ago, like, man, I gained more confidence. I have more belief in myself. Now do it for 3 months, you look back, I'm not even recognizing that person who I used to be anymore. And it's not just because of my message, it's because you have, again, Steve Jobs and Robert Kiyosaki and Oprah and Mel Robbins, all these people in your ear forcing you to become better, because you're changing the people who you're hanging out with, taking advice from, listening to, as opposed to people who are too afraid to chase down their dreams. You have to make it a part of your daily schedule. Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy, but before that, question of the day, I want to know, who are 3 people that you want to model and learn from, and what do you want to model and learn from them? Let me know, put it down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video and you promise, you commit, you're saying, yes, I'm going to take action after watching it, give me a hashtag believe down in the comments below, because I want to celebrate you.
I went to Hopkins to study physics, and it turned out there was a German requirement. So after 30 days, I became an engineer where there was no language requirement. And I think, looking back, an engineering background was perhaps the transformative thing in my life, because in science, and it would have worked if I stayed as a physicist too, I suppose, In science, you have to be able to look in a mirror and answer the question. You can't just say something and believe it. You have to be able to show people that you're right. The essence of science is that somebody else independently can verify what you claim you saw. And that discipline of not just taking people's word for it, or not just automatically falling into what's generally accepted, has forced me to step back and say why, and to question. And if you question why we're doing things, I think you'll find yourself targeting your energies much more efficiently, appropriately, and in a much more satisfying way. So somebody says, well, this works. Well, that may be, but, you know, stop and think. Does it make any common sense to you? Listen to what people are telling you to do. Think about what they say in the newspaper. Does it make any sense? Do you want to be part of it? Could you do it better? So it's that mental discipline of questioning, which I guess is the scientific method.
If you want to know what Kevin O'Leary says all great entrepreneurs must do, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Great entrepreneurs know their weaknesses and surround themselves with solutions.